Hello, everyone.
Hello, Mr. OG. Let me turn this off because I think I've got trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. I can hear you. Sound is good today, which is very good.
which is good. Yeah. Wonderful.
uh,
Lovely.
Fantastic.
Lovely. Glad to have everyone here. How's
Yep,
your day?
yep.
You
Good,
know,
good, good day. Fruitful day. We're coming up with some good stuff for the students, so I think
that's
we're
good.
on the right track. On the right track. Yeah.
That's good. So let's share the video since we are online. People can join
Yep.
us online
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah, on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are. Join us quickly.
I'm gonna share on Facebook.
There
Um,
is always something to learn every day. Every day.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Um, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good, good,
So I'll
good,
do a
good,
quick
good.
intro about who we are, and then whilst we wait for more people to join us, guys, we are Cedar Pro. Cedar Pro is a training organization that specializes in training you, the individual. We train groups, we train organizations on project delivery roles, and more importantly, also um, digital transformation roles. So we're
Yeah,
talking about roles such as business analysts, project managers, scrum masters, product owners, software testers, um, project managers, product managers as well. And our specialty is that we are in the industry ourselves. We've been doing it for years now. We keep saying that is an amalgamation of over 40 plus years between myself
that's
and
it.
Mr. Odi, where we download that and give it to you. Not just the
That's it.
theory, but also the practical aspects. We are very, very hang
Mm-hmm.
on the aspect of you understanding what it is that we are explaining or we are sharing with you. So we're very excited about some of the things that are happening. We've got classes ongoing, we've got new class starting, and also today we launched the business part of it. Not launch actually. We it's been a an inquiry for a long time, and we thought, okay, let's just help people that also want to invest the capital that they have in the different business opportunities out there. But that's not the purpose of our conversation. If you need more information, you can get in contact with us, and also go on our page. You have a lot more information. Today, we want to tackle the topic that we started this week, which is how to successfully nail um, and pass your interview, whether as a Scrum Master, Project Manager, or BA, and even any other role, really. So any job that you're going in. And, we talked a lot about it on Clubhouse yesterday, but today I want us to go a little bit further and go deeper and tackle some of the things that people um, need to be aware of. So, Mr. Oji, you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to start with that? Or yes.
Yeah, we dealt with this issue yesterday, and
Yeah.
I'm just coming. I want to put something. Yeah. We dealt with this issue yesterday. So many things that people need to know about securing a job or getting an interview
Mm,
in the PM uh, as a project manager, business analyst, or scrum master. And we've dealt with so many things in the past few weeks, from what your CV should look like, what you need to put on your CV.
mhm,
I love the way Mr. Anthony went yesterday. The A, in fact, the alphabet of CV, alphabet of interview. He dealt
mhm,
from A all the way to Z. So if you didn't get it, I've never heard it like that before.
mm.
I've never. So if you didn't get it, quickly go and get it right now. Go back again to,
The
uh,
replay important.
yeah, go back again to Clubhouse and listen to it. You
Mm,
know, we dealt with so many things, from how you need to dress, what you need to look out for, the research you need to carry out before you go for the interview. But today, I'm going to be dealing with a different aspect, which has to do with days before the interview. A day before the interview, what should you do? Now, let's assume that you're going to a place where you don't really know much about. You don't know the area. You've got to plan your journey. If possible, like what I usually do is, if possible, I'll rather drive down to the place, get to know the location, know the place, know the area. I'll drive down there to find out how to get there. I hope my screen is clear enough.
Very clear, very clear. We can hear you and see you clearly.
Good. So I'll find out how to get there days before the interview or a day before the interview. Check the transport system. If it's going to be like a long place where it's going to take me like 2-3 hours to get to, I will leave a night before and book a hotel. And then stay in the hotel and go for the interview. So people will say, but what about if you don't get the job and you paid for the hotel? One question I want to ask you is, what about if you get the job and you get late for the interview? First impression matters a lot. So that's what you need to do. So yeah, today somebody called me for a job interview and said, in fact, when they called me, somebody called me in the morning and said, we have a role for a manager in my office, and please, they can interview you today. And I said, okay, that's good. Please send your updated CV. I said, well, I have a CV. I've not updated it, but just take it. They saw the CV, sent me a text, send it to this email. Okay, first of all, they said, send your CV to this email on my phone. I was working, sent my CV to them. Saw the CV. How much are you willing to take? Because I told them I don't want a permanent role, just a contract role. And they said, okay. And then they said, how much do you want per day? How much do you want per hour? And I said, okay. Did everything, sent them the amount. And the manager said, he wants to speak to me immediately. I wasn't really interested. He said, we can't do contract, we can do permanent role. I said, no, I don't want a permanent role because I'm looking for a contract role, things like that. I said, but okay, if it's a permanent, how much are you willing to pay? And I gave them my price. He said, wow, that's a lot, even more than I received. I said, well, that's it. He said, that you take it or we just move on. The guy said, okay, let me speak to people. You see, now you'll be thinking, oh, wow, how does the interview really work this way? Called me in the morning, 10 minutes later, being interviewed on the phone, giving them how much they should pay me. You'll be wondering why. The reason is because I have followed all the processes that I've been teaching you.
Yes.
And all the processes that I've been telling you. That's all I've gone through. Because you need to understand something. What we give to you in Cedar Pro, if honestly speaking, I don't know if you can get it any other place.
Exactly.
Honestly, I went to a director one day and he was making copies of my documents. Okay, they told me, bring your certificates over so that we'll make copies of it and keep it in the folder. That was 2016, 17. We'll keep it in the folder for jobs. I said, okay. And I went with a portfolio of different certificates. The guy got there, he opened the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, just kept opening, over 50. And he said, God, my God Almighty. But you see, the thing was this. I told him something. I said, I'm here to learn from you. Forget about these certificates now.
Yeah.
Forget about these papers. Forget about all these qualifications. I'm here to learn from you. And that was what made him to say, okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. I learned from that director for a period of 2 years, and I got all my accreditation, everything. That was why I got everything in less than a year. Chartered fellow, certified member, just like that. But because, number one, carried out my research about the company. Now I'm coming to the question. Carried out my research about the company before I went for the interview. Went on their website. I saw their profile, the profile photographs of the people working in the organization. And I knew that, you know what, I'm going to this place, and because of my background and ethnicity, I just have to be humble no matter what I have. And that was how I nailed it. And I was there for a while. I left the place about 2 years ago, getting to some years now. And they called me back just this year, offering me another position to come in there, back to them. You see, the reason why I'm telling you this is this. When you're preparing for an interview, we've told you so much. We don't have to repeat ourselves again. Apart from carrying out your research about the company, carrying out your research about their financial status, carrying out your research about who they are, look at their profile. And then, most important of all, I'm going to tell you, you can write this down. Find out how long they've been in the industry. You ask me why. Does it really matter? A company can start yesterday and then employ someone today. Find out how long they've been in the industry. Because if a company started just last year and they're already recruiting people, they would not have passed the acid test that another company have gone through. The other company could be 50 years old, 100 years old, and they've gone through lots of acid tests. They've dealt with different people. Find out how long they've been in the market. That's number one. Then number two, find out how many of their branches or chapters or organizations they are. And then that's number one. So number one, find out what year they started. Number two, or they were established. Number two, find out how many organizations or how many chapters or branches they have in that country. That's number two. Then find out how many branches they have outside the country. Always find that out. Are they based in Africa? How many, outside the country, and how many branches or chapters they have outside in different continents of the world? The reason is because if you work in a company that has only got their branch only in UK, their law or that policy about diversity might not even go beyond UK. It might only rest in UK. They will deal with you based on the policies that they have in UK.
Yes.
If you're working in a company that has got other chapters or branches in other countries of the world, there is the possibility that they've dealt with people of different ethnic races. And then they cannot decide on how they are going to treat you. Can I put it this way? It's not against anybody. Imagine working in an organization where you are the only person that is of an ethnic origin and in a senior position. I can tell you the truth. Except God is with you, you're going to face some form. I'm telling you, I don't even want to repeat the word. You are definitely going to face either in promotion or in your job or in how you do things. You can even be working with a manager who does not like some races or some group of people. They can't tell you, because I was a union rep for years. Racism can never be proved. Very tough. And win in the courts, it takes a while. You need to have a lot of evidences. So what I'm telling you is this. Those are the things you need to check out. You can't just say, I want to go work in this organization. You go there are things that you're going to face. Then you say, man, this place is not good, I'm leaving. It happens. We're not going to look, say, okay, well, we're not going to say it doesn't happen. It happens, and it happens, and happens. So you've got to think very well. The organization you're going to work for, the people you're going to work with, are they people that are accommodating? Sometimes the drive can be the money. The drive can be well, I just want to get into this industry for the name. But sometimes you don't want to jeopardize your health. You don't
Mm.
want to look at yourself and think, you know what, this is how this person is. No, you've got to look after yourself. You've got to look after your health. It's not just all about money. There's that comfortability that you need. You've got
Absolutely.
to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So carry out your research, look at the profile very well. Some people miss that aspect. When I go into a
And
company,
that's a very important aspect, Mr. Oji, because
yeah,
sometimes when you're going into an interview, if you don't go on LinkedIn, you don't go on the company to go and check who is
thank you.
actually recruiting you. In fact, you might go there and find out the likes and the dislikes, the interest, the passion. So even your examples, you can be
Yeah,
making those examples in reference to what you have discovered about the
that's
recruiter.
that's it.
Yeah.
And
That's a
then
very important point.
very important point,
Mm,
because I'm saying it so that everyone listening to me can hear this. And also read reviews about the company.
mm.
Type the name of the company out on Google and put reviews about the company. Check the
Yeah.
company's reviews out. That's why in Cedar Pro, we encourage one thing every classes that we hold, and we encourage them. We say, listen, we are not training you for you to end up in a 9 to 5 job. We are training you for you to have your own consultancy.
Mm.
We are Cedar professionals, we are a training organization, but also we are into project management, construction design management. We are into
Digital
agile.
transformation,
That's
agile.
it. Digital
Yes.
transformation. We're into software development, website development, business training. We're into it. But the thing about it is this: we are still practitioners in the field.
Yes.
We have jobs. But the thing I want to tell you is this: we are not training you for you to now end up. There are some people who are cut out for that 9 to 5. They've just got to do it. But there are some people, they go in there. Well, I always tell the student, I'll say, when you go in here, you're going to learn. By the time you finish getting the knowledge and skill you need, you move on.
Yeah.
So carry out your research, check the company profile, check how many organizations they have, where they are based in different parts of the world. If they are based in Africa, they would have dealt with African people. If they are based in United Kingdom, they would have dealt with United Kingdom people. If they are based in United States, they would have dealt with people from United States. So let that be your focus. Don't just go there and just look at it. We've already told you yesterday, go into their financial statement, check their financial statement, go on Google Finance. If you go on Google Finance, you check their financial statement. If there is no Google Finance, they are based in UK, then go on Companies House and type in the name of the company and read their last financial statement there. Everything is
Mm.
right there. I'm sure
Yeah.
some of you don't know this. If they are a charity, go on charity commission and check everything about them. Check their reviews. The CEO, the CFO, the COO, check their reviews. Check the mission statement of the company. Check their vision. Find out where they are going.
Their
You know,
values.
their values. Check those things. Check the statement. If they have an intranet that is for public consumption, check the statement of the CEO. Check the statement of the CFO. Check those things. The reason why you have to check them is because it will give you an insight into what they believe. Check
Mm,
those
mm,
things
mm.
very well. Yeah. Check reviews from people who have worked there. Why did they leave? Ask them in the interview. I went on the internet. I saw some reviews. Why did these people leave? The reason why you need to check why they left is because the reason why they left could help you.
Mm.
That's the thing. The reason why they left could help you. Um, it's very important that you get to do this thing. We are discussing about how to successfully interview for a project manager, scrum master, and business analyst job. So I brought in the banner so that you can get to understand what we are doing and get to understand how you can get involved in it. It will help you. It will help you.
Yes.
Look at the address, check it. You know, uh, Mr. Anthony, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. And I want to pick from where you've sort of you've talked a lot about researching about the company, researching about the people, researching about yes. You can bring it back now. Gone.
Okay.
Researching, yeah, researching about the organization, the values, the
Yeah,
culture. Yes, yeah. Thank you. Researching about all the various things that you need to know about the organization. So
yeah,
that aspect is so critical. It's so critical. And I
yeah.
wanted to quickly, because once somebody does that, it gives them a good idea of the organization. And a lot of the times when they ask you a question like, tell me why you think you'll be a good fit for this organization, it is
That's it.
based on that research that you're going to be now able to say, based on my research, I discovered that these are your values. And
Yeah,
this embody who I am as an individual, this embody who I am as a person. I
that's it.
value consistency, I value competence, I value a culture of openness, honesty, and trust. And knowing
That's
that
it.
this is something that you are part of as an organization makes me happy and joyful
That's
to
it.
be part of such a group. And then
Mm-hmm.
also, like you rightly said, researching about the person that is going to be interviewing you. Very,
Yeah,
very important, because one of the things I noticed, and I heard a colleague the other day said, is that when you research about the individuals that are going to be interviewing, particularly if you go on LinkedIn and you can do a little research about their passions, their interests,
yeah,
when you are making when they ask you evidence-based questions, you can
yeah,
you can use examples that actually relate with who they are and what they are
yeah.
interested in, and
Very
that
well.
becomes very, very, very well. And also the idea of researching about the company to know where or which part of the world they are operating and all that stuff. Because yes, the reality I always say racism is real. You just choose how to define it and how to allow it to affect you. Because
That's
no
it.
matter what you do, you can't neglect the fact that racism is real. I mean, I've been in an environment where the manager will categorically tell me, "You're earning this amount of money, um, and so all eyes on you." Meanwhile, my projects are far above all of them, and all of my stuff are there. But just because of who I am and all that stuff, there's generally an eye on you, and that is where again we train you with everything that you need. If you come to our programs, we don't mess about with giving
No,
you all the tools. We will pipe you down with everything you need, because
that's
you need
it.
to go in there with confidence. You need to
That's
go
it.
in with a sense of, you know, I'm in charge of this thing. I know what I'm doing. Even if they
Very
are
well.
doubting the outside, you're not moved. But I quickly want to give 4 tips for passing your Scrum Master, business analyst, project manager interviews. First one is
Yeah,
this. The first tip before you go for this particular interview, you've got
yeah,
to realize that it is important for you to prepare for both domain knowledge and also project management or general knowledge. Now, let me explain what I mean. So, if you're going for a project manager role, scrum master role, business analyst role, the general business analyst and project manager role and scrum master knowledge, you need to know that. But you also
yeah,
need to learn. If it is, for example, in the insurance industry, you've got to know the domain of the insurance industry. If it's in the finance industry, you've got to have an understanding of the finance. If it's in the construction, you've got to have clarity. You've got to research a little bit. So don't just
yeah,
do general knowledge research of project management, of scrum master, of business analyst. You need the technical knowledge that is specific to that industry, that is
yeah,
specific to the domain. That's very, very important, because don't assume that because you know the general PM, BA, and Scrum Master, that will be the only area that they will assess you. They might ask you some industry specific knowledge that they will expect to know whether or not you have clarity and understanding of it. I remember talking to somebody who had been in finance, particularly in retail banking, and he said to me, "Look, even how people cash checks, there's a science to it, there's a knowledge to it. It's not something you just go and you're doing that just because somebody put a check there, something is working in the system. No. They must have this specific industry knowledge, because in preparing for those interview questions relating to both areas, general and specific, you now stand a chance to be very prepared, and the interviewer will know that you have both insights that they require. Second one is the best way to always guarantee that you pass any interview is to give evidence-based answers. And we've given you the principle of the STAR principle: situation, task, action, and results, all the time. Tell me about a time when you were in a position where your product owner was not present, but you needed to do your sprint planning. Well, it was the third sprint of the year. We were developing the minimum viable product was the login page for this particular product. And that's the situation. The task, my role as a Scrum Master was to facilitate the sprint planning meeting, and I was hoping that the product owner would be present. However, due to an emergency, they were not present. What did you do? Well, I spoke to the product owner. I had clarity on the requirements that needed to be executed. And because we couldn't actually delay and we were time bound, we were able to get the product owner in online, even though they were not physically present with us. And to answer the questions and get all the products, the backlog, the sprint backlog, estimated, refined, groomed, all the cases. And the result was we actually sprint planning and started our sprint. We just this situation, the task, the action, the result. So we must give evidence-based. Every single role, their interview that they give to you, you have to provide evidence of where you've already met those key accessible qualities that they require within the role. If you can provide previous work related examples of how you've successfully done your job and the mistakes and the challenges and the lessons learned, that will show that you are competent. You know what you're doing. And this is why I see that Pro, we don't just give you the theory. We also ensure that you go through the practicals with us so that you can have the confidence and also have the evidence that you need to answer your question. Then the third point is, during your interview preparation, you have to make sure that you understand the steps involved in doing your job as a PM, as a BA, as a Scrum Master. For example, as a PM, you need to know the project life cycle. You need to know project governance. You need to understand project delivery and software delivery and how it works. As a BA, for example, requirements gathering. You need to understand requirement documentation, modeling, analysis. You need to know all these things. As a Scrum Master, you've got to understand how do you facilitate events. What is the artifacts of the Scrum of the Scrum artifacts? You need to understand. You've got to know basically what it takes to do your job from start to finish. You've got to have that in your mind side. It's like you need to know how to cook a specific meal. And if you're told it, you know how to start from start to finish. And then finally, you've got to make sure that you prepare with some questions. Prepare with some questions. And you know, at Cedar Pro, we make sure that we hand over these questions to you. Practically, we hand them over to you. Whichever role that you are doing, we have the questions, we've paid for it ourselves, and we hand them to you for you to learn and practice and practice and practice and practice. But you know, if you do all these things and you fail to do what Mr. OG said at the beginning, which is to research about the organization, research about the individuals that are interviewing you, research about the branches, the organizations within the organization, research about their financial statements, the CEO, their vision, their values. You are not ultimately going to be able to, you know, direct your answers towards the specifics of who they are looking for, right? You know, so it's very important that you look at ththose things very critically. Oji, do you want to touch on?
Yeah. I'm so glad that you've dealt with these 4 tips to pass your Scrum Master, PM, and is it and BA role? Sorry,
Yes.
we need. Let me just quickly edit that. The thing about it is this: you know, you've dealt with so many important role things here, because If anyone can take these tips, just
Mm.
take these tips. You can go in because the same what you've done now is so it's well done in the sense that if you're going as a scrum master, the same thing apply. Going as a PM, the same thing apply. Going as a BA, the same thing apply. You said number one, you said make sure you understand what technical and knowledge-based answers should be given. You need to be able to, tell people exactly what you do.
Mm.
The thing about it is this: every industry and every job or every career has got their language or the terms that is used.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. So if you're talking about project management, you should be able to talk about project initiation, you know, uh, uh,
Planning,
planning, iterative,
execution.
execution. You have all those terms that you're going to be using.
Mm,
So
mm, mm.
when you're answering your question, the questions during the interview, those are the things you're going to be talking about. We've
Yes.
said this, in number two, we've said that several times, evidence-based answers needed, star, using it. We've said it
Forms. Exactly.
several times, talking about the situation, the
Ah,
task,
action.
so the action and then the results. You should be able to say that. We've always said it. It gives a narrative to your answers.
Mm,
So if
mm,
you
mm.
give that evidence-based answers, it's needed, very, very much needed. Because in other words, I told you about how I prepared for an interview, went for the interview. I was prepared for everything that has to do with my area of specialty. When I
Mm.
got there, they never asked me one question about my area of specialization. All they just focused on was they were asking me questions on organizational
Change.
change.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said that yesterday that what, because my spouse told me she's doing organizational change, organizational management, I was quickly able to, I've read some of her books and listened to her talk, and I was able to quickly bring those answers in before I now started giving them answers from my area of
Mm.
specialty, which is very good. So evidence-based answers is needed, and you need to make sure that you've read wide. Then the next thing is
Yes.
this: you said, make sure you understand the steps in carrying out your job or task. In other words,
Yes.
you're answering those questions, talking to them, you're actually telling them and showing them the steps that you follow in carrying out your
Yes.
job or your task. And
Mm-hmm.
and it will show you in your answer, to show you what you're saying, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important. The other thing is this: prepare with some questions, or prepare some questions for the panel. Prepare
Yes.
some questions for the panel. Very, very important, in the sense that when you say prepare some questions for the panel, it shows that you are ready. And one of the questions that you can ask them, listen, why I've read some review about your company. What happened? Why is it that people are leaving? Sometimes you can ask a question, why do you think you will not employ me?
Yeah.
Yeah, why is there anything that I've said that will not make you employ me? I want to learn from it. So that's some
Mm.
other interview I'm going for. And then you'll be surprised that the panel will tell you, we asked you this question. You were not really able to tell us that much, but you said so much. You ask you this question, then you cannot even add some more
To
answers
that.
to what you
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
said.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
They've already told you why they will not employ you. So add some answers to that. you know, yeah.
At least
So
you know where you stand before you get out.
of course, and then you said something very unique yesterday, which is good. After the interview, send them an email to thank them for inviting you to the interview.
Mm,
Very,
mm,
very
mm.
important. The reason why you do that is because it separates you from others. That's what you said yesterday. You said it will separate
Yes.
you from others. You just
Yes.
thank them. Thank you so much for the time on the phone. It was a pleasure speaking with you. You know, I know if it worked out, okay. If it didn't work out, well, thank you so much. You can always
That's
have
it.
my CV on your database. In case
Mm-hmm.
of some other time, I'll be ready to come in.
Yes.
That's it. And then you're ready to just do what needs to be done. Now,
Absolutely.
we've got full database of questions and answers for interviews that you can use for this role when you come in. We've got lots of database, and people sometimes they say, "Are you just going to give out the database like that?" Yeah, I can read out a testimony or a testimonial from one of our students today that
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
said to us. I will just avoid calling names. I'll just read it out, you know, like that. This was what
Mm.
she said to us. She said, "Good evening, Mr. OG." He said, "Trust you and your family are excellent." He said, "Just to say thank you for
Wow.
your passion and zeal to see us and others succeed." He said, "In a world lacking authenticity and transparency, I commit you and Mr. Anthony into the hands of the I am."
Mm.
That's
Wow.
that's from a satisfied student. That
That is
is,
from a satisfied heart.
yeah, from a heart of love that she's expressing her thanks.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
I have been for a training that I paid somebody. I can never forget. I
Mm.
don't want to call the organization, just opposite Wembley Stadium there. Paid for the training, yeah, paid for the training, and the man deliberately failed me in
Huh?
the exam. I'm telling you, deliberately failed me when I took up the issue with the examining body that I want my paper remarked. It became an issue between myself and the man, even leading to threats. I'm telling you. At the end, I just said, you know what? After
Keep
all,
that paper.
it's 750 that I'm paying. It's just paper. I have it. And I went to a different place and took this exam and I passed. So what I'm
Wow.
trying to tell you is this: you have to be careful where you go for training. Be
Yes,
very, very
yes,
careful.
yes.
You have to be
Absolutely.
really careful. Except you've got money to throw out or
Oh
you've got
yeah.
the time to waste, there's no
Mm,
problem. I'm not saying anywhere is bad, but carry out your research about the
mm,
people, the organization, what their focus is, their mission, their vision. Ask people around about their integrity. Ask. It's very, very
mm,
good. You call everybody and say, "How is this person?" Ask for students that we have trained and say, "Can I get 5 numbers or 2 numbers?" We speak to the student
mm.
and then we says, "Yeah, we'll give them the number, call them." Everybody is an adult. Nobody's going to say that you treated them well when you didn't treat them well. In fact, that will even
Exactly.
give you the opportunity for you to talk to anybody that you want to speak to,
Mm,
in the
mm.
organization. So, see that Pro, we know what we're doing, we know what we're involved in, we know how committed we are. That's the testimony I just read about the student who is in the
Yes.
course. That's just one. I can read another one again
Mm,
of another person, who is there. If you want to see what we do, you can come into the class. We'll give you the link. Come into the class and speak to the students yourself.
yes.
Where you
Yes.
become. We're not trying to convince you to come in because we have enough people who are already on the waiting list, who are already on the waiting list, and they are saying they want to come in for the course. So the
Absolutely.
reason why I'm
Absolutely. And
telling
I'll
you,
use this opportunity to remind
yeah,
people that our next class, we've officially opened it. We closed the 27th one, and then students started saying we need to join, want to join. So we've set up the new class. The next class is on the 17th of September. And hey, it's going quickly. It's going
that's
very
it.
quick. Very, very
Good.
quick. Very, very
That's
quick.
it.
And you know us, once we get to the brim, we'll shut it and close registration. So,
That's
guys,
it.
get involved. Get involved. It's 6 weeks of training. You get 3 months of work experience. You get um, CV review by experts. You get interview preparation. A lot of these things that we're discussing here, you're going to have it in much more detail. You also get job search best practices and strategies. And then more importantly, also get the opportunity to work for Cedar Design, build something, and you can be able to now say on your CV that you've actually worked for an organization of prestige, and you get that reference. So the 17th, guys, 17th of September, registrations are officially open. We are open. and we've started taking in registration already. We've got students that have signed up. This is, the reality is our slots don't wait. They don't wait. As we just open them, people get involved, and we're just waiting for the next slot. So get involved before we close the registration. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so you see, the thing about it is that just as you said now, registration is open for the 17th of September 2022. Get in quickly. There's no time to waste. You see, we have the maximum number of people we allow into any class. If anybody come in, people have come in this week and said, please, I just want to join this class. We don't ever go against our mandate or our vision. No. The class is full. We're not going to accept more. So if you don't want to miss the class for the 17th of September, so you don't get into the class for November or October, then quickly get in now and quickly get in. And I'm so happy with this initiative that we brought in. The thing about it is that we've had meetings with different stakeholders, we've spoken to different people, and found that not everybody is caught out for this PM, BA, or Scrum role. There are some people who are business-minded. They just want to start off. We are having on the 23rd and the 30th of September, 2 days, intensive master business class. And now, the good thing about it is this: premium e-commerce website for you, expert advice. There are so many things you're going to take out of that class. So many things. And the good thing about it is this: as you're finishing, you're launching out straight into your business. We'll mentor you, teach you everything. In fact, what's happening is that we're just giving you some secrets. That's why anybody coming into that class, the first thing we want you to sign is an NDA to make sure that everything is for your personal use. That's it. For your personal use. So we will get people registering from America, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Malawi, India. Immediately we open it. In fact, we started registration now. It's surprised that in no time will tell you it's closed.
It's closed.
So the reason is that we always stick to the number of people who want in any class. So back again to this topic, registration is open for the 17th of September 2022. You see this is scrolling down there now. Call to book into the next class starting soon. Quickly take advantage of it. Quickly. And this month is just going to be awesome. We're coming with this a reputable Scrum Master, a reputable Scrum Master who is working in the industry. This is not YouTube. This is not play. This is real. So you're going to be speaking with him and asking him questions. What's your daily work like? What do you do? Any question you want, ask now. The reason why we say and send us now, for those who are coming into that class, we're going to bring it ahead of time. Send your questions and answers to us quickly so that we can ask, so that I have enough time to talk. He might not be able to take everybody's questions and answer, but you're going to see what he does on a daily basis. And we're going to bring in, after that, PM is coming. After that, we're going to bring it. We'll just let's keep.
We'll bring product manager is coming. We'll bring in industry people that are in those places to help you guys. So our goal is to make sure that you have everything you need to be successful in this thing. Yeah,
that's it. Absolutely. One thing I want to tell you is this: if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, or you're not following us on Instagram, you're not following us on Facebook, or in Clubhouse, please do. Search for us in Clubhouse, search for Cedar Pro. We're there. You can see us. You can just follow us. So that the reason why we're telling you this is because at every point in time, whenever we are on, you get a notification. And don't forget, on our YouTube, when you like the video, you subscribe, leave a comment, and then hit the bell, the notification button. So that if there is any time we come in, you're notified. We tell people that, man, the kind of training that we deliver is beyond class. It's beyond the classroom. You're going to be taking in more. So get ready. We've launched out big, and we are big. We are big. Don't Don't miss it. So we've given you enough tips. Mr. Anthony, what more do we have to say?
No, I think also because of time, we can, we've given them everything that they require. This is a topic that, we might consider for, progressing it tomorrow. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll have a discussion to see if you think we should continue. But we've tackled a lot of it. But we'll be returning back to it. There's definitely something that we need to chew on it. But guys, remember, we are live on Clubhouse tomorrow, and we are live on IG on Thursday.
That's it.
We're going to be live on these platforms. We're giving value. So, you're gonna get a lot from us. But yeah, that's it from me.
Yeah. So for me, all I'm going to say is take advantage of what is happening right now and get involved. We are live on Clubhouse and IG. So get involved. Don't waste time. We've dealt with you can watch the video again. We've dealt with 4 tips to pass your Scrum Master, PM, and BA role interview. And one of those tips was what? He said, technical knowledge-based answers, deliver that. Evidence-based answers needed using the STAR approach. And then we said, make sure you understand the steps in carrying out your role or task. And lastly, we said, prepare some questions for the panel. So what's left now? Call right now to get the questions from Cedar Pro. We are giving you the questions for free. So call in right now, register so that you go through the program and get the questions for free. That's FREE, free. So registration is open for the 17th of September. So quickly get involved. And we are live on Clubhouse and IG. So guys, that's it from me. Waiting for you. Registration is open. Take advantage of it. I want to say thank you so much for joining us today. And Mr. Anthony, is there anything that we need to do before we close this transmission?
No, 17th of September, guys, get registering, and then we'll catch you up on the 17th. Thank you.
Take care. Bye, everyone.